Okay, today I'm going to replace these seat panels in this brown leather sofa. I'm going to replace all three of them. I'm going to replace the top panel, piping, front border, and the bottom pipings and bottom border on these, as these would not need to be recolored. So I'm going to take a measurement from side to side and front to back on each piece, and I have these already done that. I'm going to cut them cut out. So as you can see, I've got my top panel. This is going to be a piping, front border, bottom piping, bottom border. I've also made nicks on these, so these are going to help tally up when I'm sewing to make sure everything's centralized. I'm going to reuse the side borders here, as there's no sign of wear on those. So I'm going to carry on. The first thing I'm going to do with this is sew the piping to the top panel, the piping to the bottom panel, and then we can put in our border. So I'm going to carry ahead with that. Okay, I'm going to join these two pieces of leather together for the piping cord. Some people will join them like this. They're sewing line along here. I'm going to join them this way, and it means it sits better and it's not as thick as well. I'm just going to give that a bit of a trim. And as you can see, joining that. It helps if you've got a walking foot sewing machine. So if you get your piping cord, we'll center it in your leather, fold over, and feed it through the machine. And I'll just carry on sewing that. Okay, now that my piping's been sewn up, I'm going to sew that to my top panel, keeping this edge level to the edge of the panel. Make sure you lock your stitch. Move the camera around for a better angle. Always keeping your edges parallel to each other. When you start to get to a corner, cut some nicks. It'll help the piping go around the corner. Same on the other side. Just get it round slowly. you want to make sure that your joining your piping cord will not be at the front of your cushion, either at the very back or the side, so there's less chance of being seen. Lock stitch. And that's our first panel sewed up. As you can see, the piping's been sewn to that, and I'm going to repeat that process with my bottom panel now. Do the same thing again with the piping onto this, and then it's going to be the front border. Okay, now I'm removing the seat cushions off this, because I'm going to be using the side borders and whatnot, and I'm going to have to use this anyway. So I'm having to open it up. A good tip is to draw a line using a marker and lay some marks on that, so you're going to be putting this on exactly the same as when it came off. You're going to have to take all this off using your staple lifter, and there's many different types on the market, but I personally prefer an old screwdriver. Just grind it down into a point, and that works better than any staple lifter I've ever used. You can buy professional ones. So there we go. Okay, so now I'm having to remove these seats from the frame, and it's tacked on in many different places. A good idea is to use a marker, a piece of chalk or something, to draw a line where I have here, where the old seam is, and some marks along it, so when you're putting the cover back on, it's going to be on the exact same place that you removed it from. And you want to remove all these staples with your staple lifter. I use one, just an old screwdriver, grinded it down. There's other ones available in the market which I don't think are very good. So I'm going to continue removing this cover off, because I want to be using some of these borders. These borders are the original ones. I'll be using these again, and I'll be using these side pieces again, so I need to remove all this now. So I'm going to get on with removing this from the frame. As you can see, I have removed the seat cushions from the frame here. I'm going to retighten these webs, maybe put some extra webs in it, and put a bit of extra padding to boost up that seat. This is the seat cushions. It's quite a big job, this, actually, but I'd say the customer I'm paying for that. So I'm going to sew each cushion up individually, and then I'm going to join those together, and then after I've done that, I'm going to put these bottom borders onto that. I'm going to use the old scrim at the bottom of these cushions as well, because it doesn't need replaced. So again, I'm going to put marks on this the whole way along, so it'll tally up when I restitch it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up these seams. Now I have the 3 panels sewn up. All that's left to do is to sew the side borders up and join those together. Okay, that's the seat panels made up now. Just going to have to wee bit of work with them, bit of stuff in here and there, but it should work out fine. So all I have to do is put this back onto the frame. That's it, job done. Okay, and I have the seat back in, and as you can see, it's much better. And with the backs with a bit extra stuffing in them, and this arm is going to need a bit of attention. I'm going to have to put a wee drop of recolouring onto that, and a bit of colouring on those seams, and that should be it. Ready to go. It is quite a big job, and it is quite time consuming, this one, but the results are pretty good.